Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis. We are getting ready for big war with the Ottomans. We've got the Casus Belli ready to go. We've got 10,000 troops at our command. We are, I think, just about ready to fight them. Trying to grab back this tiny little bit of land. The goal for this is literally just get this province and get this little castle right here, the town of Balixir, because we had them before and then we lost them, and I just kind of want them back. We could also grab this little town if we were ever so inclined. You know what? I think I'm going to do that too. I'm going to try to get that spot right here, because then I would have fort. I would be totally protected on my borders. And the other goal I'm sort of hoping for is that we could get some military passage and food rights so that if we wanted to go to war with Egypt, I could just march through the Ottomans. You know, I'm like looking at this town as well and being like, well, there's a fort there. That would actually be what I need to complete my entire breakaway. Banderma could be upgraded. It's only 300 bucks to turn it into a town. Some urbanization that's going to happen. So we're just trying to fix out a little bit of the economy here before I fully launch this war, but it has to be launched this year. We have like 1 year left to do it, and I definitely don't want to be waiting around on it. We got 10,000 troops. They are ready to boogie. I thought I had them in training, but actually I pulled them off so that we could do the war declaration. The war declaration is going to cause some immediate kind of bankruptcy. Not immediate bankruptcy, but it's going to plunge our economy into the negative. So we're going to have to switch some stuff around. How do we want to do this? We are slightly stronger than them. We are slightly stronger than them in naval and land. Hungary is not interested. Hungary is at war. Who are you at war with? Lower Bavaria. You are trying to take Gauboden from Lower Bavaria. Gauboden. That's a weird shot. They're going like straight for the capital of Lower Bavaria. I don't think that's going to go too good for you, Hungary. I think you might be getting kind of greedy. You know, I could understand them wanting to take a little bit of this, perhaps. But I think if you take that, you're going to pick a fight with Austria, who's not that strong, but whose ruler is the Holy Roman Emperor. So if you pick a fight with Austria, you're going to be picking in one big, dirty fight. French Copt, Verona, Brandenburg, Luxembourg. Yeah, Hungary, you got yourself into a greedy fight here. Let's probably pull ourselves into war so that we don't get pulled into Hungary's war then. We have the power of God and anime on our side. We certainly do today. So parliamentary approved claims. And then just hope for the best. You know what actually we should do is do this first, because we can wait a tick for like a morale and our maintenance to get up. Where can I get some money here? The nobles aren't very happy with us, which is why we're losing a lot of tax money in that front. We can drop a bit of the cost of courts down. We could probably drop this stability investment down as well. You know, as long as I'm making like $1, I'd be fine with that. Let's kick it. Giddy up, buttercups. There's a lot of people involved in this war. Now, this says I have 17 people in the middle. See, here's the problem again here. Because I put these guys on crush rebels. They've gone ahead and put all the cannons back into their front lines. And I think they've messed up all the cavalry as well. Cavalry, cavalry, cavalry. Cannons, cannons, supply lines. Cavalry, cavalry. Cavalry. So, you go over there, you go over there. They're going to get 3 cavalry each. I guess it depends on like how big I want each flank to be. I feel like 10 in the middle is fine. So we'll go like boop. Those are regular cavalry, regular cavalry, regular cavalry. Regular cavalry. Are all of our cavalry the same? Cavalry, heavy calves. Oh, I'm reading these wrong. Heavy cav. So you're heavy cav and you're heavy cav. You're heavy cav. You're regular cav. What an outrageous way to do this. You're cavalry. You're heavy cav. So let's go like you and you. And then you and you. All my guns and my supply lines are in the middle. We almost have 10 frontage on all lines, which is extremely good for us. So let's get right in there. We get good advice. Efficiency of our cabinets, 10%. And this guy's also getting prestige and army tradition. I love to see that. We have already picked up prisoners of war, some falconets, along with some cavalry. They can join on in. Actually, I wonder, should I join them in or should I say like separate prisoners? And just keep them differentiated. I can have them follow the crowd. And then just attach to the unit. That way we kind of have like a prisoner train following us around. I sort of like that idea. I do gotta keep an eye on these Ottoman ships, but also believe that that is probably just solved by parking my carracks out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just say hunt navies. Like right here, here, here. Why can't I select this province, dude? There we go. I don't even think I want to go that far. Yeah. All right. That feels frankly good enough for me. Somebody pops through, we'll go after them. How does he manage to get through? You're parked. God damn. It's always something with these guys. You know? The Ottomans could opt to strike us down here as well. So there's all sorts of areas they could be moving in on. We are going to want to raise some levies. I've no doubt about that. Just because there's so much land for us to defend against. So let's just go with that. I mean, that's a lot of troops. And I'm going to have this guy just focus down here. Hopefully that ends up being enough for us. Okay, I just saw like 50,000 troops get picked up over there. And we didn't go to counteract them. 3 heavy ships. That's saying I'm going to lose that. I guess I don't have war galleys here. I don't really want them to drop off 5,000 boats. 3 heavy ships? Against 20 galleys? I don't feel like I will lose that. They have a bigger navy, better quality. The terrain is to their benefit. I don't believe that's true. Let's see what happens. All my boats are in the middle. None of them have spread out, of course. Of course, of course. None of my troops are balanced in that fleet. I only really have to destroy the heavy ships, but that's clearly not going to happen. So let's get the heck out of there before we get destroyed. You've got a fleet of 26 galleys here. We're exploring Massachusetts. I'm going to try to bring down these other guys, but I don't think there's any way I can really easily do that right now. So we're just going to crush whatever we can. We're taking attrition here from hostile naval batteries. Samesies there. Why are all my transport ships down here? That's a really strange choice. Did I even select them? I don't think I did, but I guess I must have. We'll move all these guys just kind of to here right now. So we have a centralized location and with our levies, and then we can kind of split them up afterwards. We're going to burn a little bit of money just on repairing those boats. Price of progress. The unfortunate price of progress. But we'll get a big dirty levy army stacked together here too. Give them a good army. Ideally, I guess our guy is leading boats right now, so you know, these other guys are pretty good generals. Can't tell you how long it's going to take for them to get there, but I do feel like if we have 35,000 troops to deal with some of these dweebs, we'll be okay. So we'll just keep marching down. Start dealing with guys. Yoke 'em. 39 months.
More stabbing and shooting.
More stabbing and shooting is correct. That's going to be our goal right now. They've sent 18,000 to our vassal up there. I'm not going to worry about them. There's 25,000 coming down here. Let's stop into Pergamon. We've just gotten our siege. Why would that terrain be to their benefit? It's not really. No, you're coming into Pergamon. Okay. Sure. Come on down. Fight all my army at once. Let me know how that goes for you. The answer is it's not gonna go well. All right, if we are going to war, I might also want to look over in Pike and Shot for a little while and see, like, do I want Lancers? Do I want supply convoys? Logistics and army morale. Movement when attached. Army morale, movement costs. Naval morale. A construction center. Lets us just build more stuff. Honestly, we've gotten most of this stuff. Military tactics would be absolutely good. There's no doubt about. I am pretty sure there are some other good special military things. Monthly army tradition, naval damage done. Maximum RGO size is pretty good. Maritime presence decay. Why have I not picked that up? That's so important for us. Okay. Then I guess, yeah. We'll grab our special crusader abilities. This guy's got a handful of heavy transports here. Let's go grab our big boys and bring them on in to deal with them. We're in an absolute bloodbath here. So this is the ideal situation. We are defending and none of our artillery are on the front line. So we've blasted them with a bunch of shots. But it's like cavalry and stuff is mostly coming out here. Oh, we just got a great, absolutely just buckled their ships. $20 heavy ships. I have 26 heavy ships. I could go chase you down. I might as well use like all of my boats at the same time here. You guys are going into this gulf. Oh, no, you're going into this gulf. I don't understand how these guys are so fast. These are heavy ships, right? How do they just run like a circle around my navy and into the back line? The Ottomans have won. They sunk a handful of our galleys, but we won the battle at Pergamon. So our crusaders can continue moving on their vengeance. Well, the 5th army of peasants. Honestly, I kind of want them to just be doing the same thing. All right, we're going to sink a ton of boats here. 4 heavy ships. So, like, what happened to their navy just then is what I want to know. I know it technically must be here somewhere. And yet, it is not. And also, what happened to my like 20 Mediterranean galleys? Did they just all get sunk? I did notice I picked up a ton of heavy ships from that fight just then. We went up to 37 heavy ships. Which is very, very nice for us. Where are these sweeps going? Come on, man. You got 200 troops? You're seriously going to siege that with 200 troops? Get out of here. We got a glory seeker in charge of this army. I'll let our prisoner train just keep getting bigger. A cloudy night. An expedition at sea in Sargasso has found some difficulties in the past few days. The night's been completely covered in a thick layer of clouds. Impossible to discern any star or even moon. Although a common occurrence, the fact that it has been many nights like this makes it difficult for the crew to say sure if their position is where they think. The ship is equipped with the latest navigation technology, but even with that, sailing through the night without the help of guidance in the stars is no simple task. Oh. I guess because this guy is an explorer, he has a special event that's just, he knows exactly where we are. And instead of taking penalties, I take nothing. I have taken out a loan, though. I just had a moment where I was like, wow, where'd all that money come from? Guess I answered my own question. Yeah, we're losing a lot of money here. If I give the burgers something in the rights of the burgers. I mean, colonial migration is good. I want them over there building trade goods that they just like send back. We could also progress towards free trade. Though that gives them a lot of power. Let's go with colonial authority. It's low power, it's good migration. And we are like the colonial powerhouse right now, so. Our biggest cost at the moment is that every time these boats get damaged, they cost a fortune to repair. I could probably sell them back a bunch of these troops. You are not prisoners. You're early Arquebruisers. Huh. These guys are not prisoners, but they are from Bursa, so they are prisoners? Ah, no, they've just always been prisoners. It's just when they're on the center for whatever reason, it counts them differently. Weird. All right, let's balance this unit because it's out of control. Well, we did get a lot of new boats here. The Republic of Tuscany bought my loan. Oh man, we are bleeding cash. A lot more than I anticipated. Get rid of them. You gonna go after that guy? Heretics in our university. Man. I don't really want to lose research value, but it's only like 2.5 months. God, and our Grandmaster is become Lutheran. Okay, you guys are going to go back into Pergamon here to repair. We embargo England again, constantly. Darth Vader, hello, how we doing, dude? Welcome, welcome. I guess we might as well throw an army commander on these prisoners, even though, like, not really doing anything. Al-Ali showing up. Okay. Sliven has like 5,000 troops. So all of our vassals are on, I want to say protective, defensive. What does supportive mean? Take supportive approach to military, helping our units. Defensive will be like, stop them from doing anything in allied lands. I think that is what I would rather them all do. Dutch Biden hates our guts. It's frustrating. Glock 5 with features to prevent it from being turned full auto. Somebody already made it full auto. Random video on YouTube. That sounds about right. That's America for you. Okay, you guys are at like 90% and 94% on these conversions. Can I drop these converts over to other provinces then? I think we still have this huge bonus, so. Tsushima. Oh. You're very not Catholic. I see the problems. I do indeed see the problems. Why do you have a defender taking war goal when I am clearly controlling the territory that is in question? 18,000 troops. It's a lot of bodies. Could you guys leave a small siege here? And then march down here and to Manasseh. Preferably while they are still exhausted. But we definitely outnumber them here, so. Our allies are taking some gruesome fights over there in the meantime. You have 27, 24 transport ships? Yeah, okay. I don't like it, but okay. Flutes and fishing boats. Just flutes. Get them up there. Fishing boats can stand down. These galleys, these guys and these guys can join. Get some mergers here. We have detailed maps of the Sargasso Sea. There's like one single... Oh, it's Bermuda! Of course it is. We're not exploring this right now. I don't really think I can afford it, considering our economy is where it is. Good news is that the Turkish patriots are chilled out. So are the Mazmuda patriots. Some of our colonies are about to be finished as well, so that might save us a bit of cash. And I think our allies won that fight. It does look like that's the case. You got 19,000 and 15,000. Okay. See, I knew I could have chased those guys with my armies. And then just hit them at Bursa when they had no morale. But I kind of wanted to just focus on this siege. Those are all levies, and we are all very, very good army here, so... Where is all this money going? Naval maintenance, I guess. Ships repairing is only 6. They coming in here? I just had that army. No, they're not. They're going back for Manissa. Wow. That's fine. You know what? Look, we're going to win this siege before they can get that reasonably down. So once we do that, we just retreat down and we can absolutely pummel them into the dust. I guess a reality right now is that we're probably losing a lot on trade. Due to not patrolling these seas. So I might actually want to just like peel back even the Gibraltar galleys. And just say like focus on this mid lane. How's this Navy doing? They're okay. Hey, we finished integrating more stuff. That's nice. Does that mean we're done integration? Oh my god, we are. Let's just do a quick recovery effort there. That'll only take like a month. We're gonna hit another loan if I don't do something. We gotta get a plan here. Our admirals have died. But I don't think he was an admiral of a real navy. Does not seem to be the case. Guys, come on, 64%. Why do you gotta have such trouble getting these sieges? Tsushima's recovered, so... What if I was to, like... What are we doing with all these guys? Converting. What if I just said stabilize the country? It's very little. What if I said monthly devotion? 0.2! Oh, that's... It only said I would get 0.1 for that. This will help us with all the rebels. Pops leave rebel threshold as we become more devout. Okay, most of these boats are in good shape. Some are still repairing though. Why don't we drop this down so it's 0.1 instead of 0.2? I'm going to drop that stability slider down all the way. That pays off our current costs. I'm hoping as we like also sack these provinces, we'll you know, maybe get some funds. %, dude. These guys hate sieging. Bulgarian Orthodox peasants become Catholic. Bandirma has fallen. Loves it. Loves falling. Boop, 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 boop. Population growth. Honestly, I kind of just want to say take the literacy. It's an easy win for us. These guys have pulled off Manissa and are now going for Pergamon. Riddle me why, I don't know. But we're losing some people to enslavement. I think I'm just going to park my boat up here. Get rid of all these fishing boats. Whoops. Get rid of all these fishing boats. He just keeps gobbling up more transports, I think, for the most part. I love that we got a bunch of free boats out of this, though. Finally. Okay. Go there and then there. Crush one army. I'm not even using my cavalry in a lot of these fights. Where you think you're going, little baby? I need to fight you. La 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 la. The terrain is to their benefit. Is it? Do I not own the terrain here? A political exile from the Kingdom of Bulgaria has appeared at our court, offering service to the Greek theocracy. We gain 10 prestige and upset Bulgaria. Deal. All you had to tell me was we upset Bulgaria and I'd take it. Yeah, I probably should have fixed my morale before doing this. So let's move these troops back, because I'm actually getting slaughtered here. Please come to my rescue. It's okay, I have a lot of manpower, so I'd rather these guys get slaughtered than the levies, as funny as that is. 24th of June at 13. Okay. Thankful for being granted asylum in the Greek court, he has recently drawn attention to the fact that there are many other Bulgarian notables in his position, men of great wisdom and influence. It could be useful to allow them to join our court should we wish to step up our opposition to Bulgarian ambitions. 100 Bulgarian pops will migrate each month to my capital. Bulgaria will be upset. How dare they? Yeah, man, let's steal all that population. So what's going on here? I thought I was just fighting a bunch of Ottoman levies. Oh no, they have some real troops in here. Not only that, they're peasant levies. Well, our levies are matchlock levies. Well, with those extra troops, we should beat them to a pulp. Siege is successful. I don't know how I'm losing this fight right now. I am quite confused around it. Why do they have like maximum morale? This is absolutely absurd. I literally have like better... Ah, I am taking a -3 in this fight. That is why I am losing it so badly. Give him that. We'll give him that. I don't need to have all those troops bleed out on me. Who are... You're my peasant army. You guys are meant to be merged. Okay. Let's try that again. Let those morales kick back up. You guys are going to go up there. This will give us antagonism. We could hire them as mercenaries, or we could sell them. join with unit. I don't really want you to join with the units. I guess I could just like put the prisoners in with the levies though. That might not be the worst. Okay, these guys are all back to full strength, so... Our commander has higher stats, better morale, better quality, train us to our benefit. They have a slightly bigger army, but... this should be laughable. Falconet's still not really doing a lot of damage in open warfare. But you know what? Like... artillery would... Artillery is also very well spread to us. I certainly don't have the money for it at the moment, but... it's not to say we couldn't figure that out. Alright, I think I might want to take the capital Bursa here. What do I need? I need this. I need... whoops. In this peace deal. This... this and this. And I think I said that as well. Annul all treaties with Egypt. I would like military and food access, as well as war reparations and all of my Greek slaves back. I'd be pretty happy with that. I could try to steal Bursa, but I can't imagine it would go well. He has the Royal Gardens, the Royal Court, and the House of Parliament here. Abandoned piracy. Yeah, Bursa alone is worth 78 war score, so I doubt that's going to happen. But it would be worth sieging. So why don't we move our main army down there? Could easily blockade it with the heavy ships. Nice. We have our Windward Isles now as well. What I'll just do is I'll have my vassals wander down this way. Or not my vassals, but my small army. That way we can just like crush minor groups. You know what? We might as well go for this fort down here, since I am trying to take that. It do split my army up a bit, but you can't intercept them, can you? Well, they have no morale. Possible diplomatic actions. Can I request funds from anybody? No. Can I request military sponsorships from anybody? Lorraine would pay me a little bit of money. So with the Hanseatic League, but not much. I started as Milan and I'm loving it. Not too strong, definitely not too weak. I think any of the states in Italy are probably very, very fun to play. It does seem like that would be the case. Yeah, this is really slowing down my colonization efforts. But the Windward Isles are also now all ours. So this spot here makes a good harbor. I.e., I want to build a settlement there. And I guess a market village. My idea is basically any of the good spots that I can. I want to build market villages and harbors. Yeah, okay, so this guy's got masonry going. Am I subsidizing these? I don't need to be. I definitely don't need to be, because they will just start filling those out. And then you're just like waiting on pops. Everybody there's kind of waiting on pops. We lost a war. Oh, that's just some prisoners got caught out. Do tell me I'm winning this. 25,000 to 5,000 troops. Do tell me I'm winning that. Yeah, our cannons are way better. We're now getting 5 on this. We've already made breaches. I'm just like blocking any of his ships from coming in here. We are taking some attrition damage from the naval batteries, but small price. And I guess like I could move someone over here to blockade this as well. Just don't know that we need it. There's military tactics. Nice. And some religious education. Taking the capital here should be a big hit against them. $18,000 Ottoman troops. Must you? 18,000 Ottoman troops that automatically destroyed that fort. Is that because I don't have you guys on autofill forts again? I guess so. So they just showed up and then they sieged it. Sieged it, assaulted it. Which probably means like these forts also don't have those people. That's gonna make my life more miserable. Food shortage bumps us up to 42. Defender ticking war score. Our people have been enslaved. Yeah, I can't do much about that right now. Come on, 42. 57, okay. I don't like losing population to enslavement. Especially when I have all these forts around that are meant to be ideally protecting us. And I have a bunch of vassals around that are meant to be ideally protecting us, but instead they're just like sitting in the hills, sitting on their islands. I guess they're not really big enough that they can do anything. Lots of potential in Milan, but requires patience. Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of this game is just like lots of potential requires patience. Okay, so we have like at least refilled that fort. I'm going to move this fleet there so it's not taking constant damage. Did he take back Belkacir as well? You gotta be kidding me. He totally did. Alright, we're gutting his troops, though. The High Judgedom of Sardinia has declared us as their rival. Well, that's new. I think they just split off from Aragon. Are they like an Aragonese vassal? A fiefdom of the Crown of Aragon, yep. Damn it, dudes. That's annoying as hell. That's annoying as hell. Take this little town back. Take back Manisa. I guess I learned my lesson there. Militites demand an increased pension. The nobles want more money. Homies, I don't have the money to give that right now. Raqqa is now our core, and the Newfoundland is discovered. That is not where Belle Isle is. That's so funny. Why would they say that's Belle Isle? That's Lanza Meadows. Belle Isle is like down here. Cape Spear, Cape Race, Placentia, Bacalao. This is where I live, near Cape Spear. Cool. The Biafra culture actually exists here. So somebody said that they have like a trait that gives them 50% fish or 200% fish in one of these locations. Newfoundland fishing grounds. Local fish output 200%. Severe winter. Medicaments. This is basically it, right? Lumber, wild game, fish. That's what we got going on. I don't know what these herbal goods are. I guess there's a lot of weed farms on the West Coast nowadays. I can't afford this right now. At least we get some money back from that explorer. $19,000 troops fighting me down here would be not great. They wouldn't really get an advantage, though. Or I guess I wouldn't really get an advantage. I wouldn't really get a disadvantage. Vegetation, flatland. They vanish. Ooh, they actually decided we don't want to take that fight. We're still gaining lots of cores overseas. Now, obviously, I just want to crush you here in Pergamon. The annoying part about this is like detaching a siege army off of these guys screws up all my formations. When they're on the 21st of June, the 24th of June. All right. Attack them here in Smyrna while they're low on morale and absolutely gut them. Okay, better maritime presence. We win that fight. Back to town. Nine, 10, 9. Actually, I think that's fine. I think they properly took just one infantry regiment out of the middle. Good, good, good. I can't believe I'm at war with the Ottomans again. Of all the places we could be. This is the place I do not want to end up, ever. You know, it's just the worst. Naval damage. You're like a transport fleet. Ship repair, prestige. Naval damage taken. Again, if you're a transport ship You are basically speed. Naval movement speed is the only thing that matters. Alright, they've pulled off of that siege as well. Request funds. Someone is willing to give me money. Hungary. 500 bucks. Let's pay back Tuscany. Get us out of these debts. Help settle our debts. Oh, when did this happen? They landed 2,000 troops on Rhodes. Honestly, I'm surprised 2,000 is enough to take Rhodes, considering what a bastion it is. I imagine that's going to be a slow progress for them. Are they going to put all those guys on that boat? Hold on, hold on. Nah, they're not. All right, you're going to have to go down here and stop those. Thank you very much. You'll go back to patrolling those 3 seas. And these guys will go back to sitting right here and just capturing every ship that comes through. Which is a fair amount. Because they're otters, they can constantly be on the warpath because they're too adorable to remain angry at. True, true. This is a definite advantage they have. This guy has so many troops right now. We definitely have the bonus of the straight crossing over there. So at least some of our homies are helping out. Gaining more cores. More conversions. How are we doing on Turkish Patriots, Orthodox Zealots, Serbian Patriots? Serbian Patriots are really upset right now. We may have to start converting people up there. Converting, assimilating. 87% in Albania is probably fine. Let's assimilate pops in Kosovo. Lack of food in Rhodes. A lot of people in Rhodes that I don't really want to be starving. Kind of be better if they didn't die there. At least all these sieges are currently going pretty positively. Some nice 50%ers. How's the game compared to EU4 if you played it? I'm really tempted to get this, but of course I want to see if it feels good first. I mean, I like it. I played a lot of EU4 back in the day. But like back before they added in too many of the DLCs. I probably stopped after like 4 or 5 DLCs. EU5 feels very complete. There is a lot of room for them to like expand areas and expand like events and special traditions for certain groups. Like I think like all the groups in North America don't really have a lot special with them right now. But there are like major countries all over the world that you can play as that do have a lot of base stuff. I like it more than I would say EU4. A lot of people would kind of consider it to be like the magnum opus of Paradox right now because it's taking... It feels like it's taking a lot from all of its different games. It's kind of taking like the best systems from all of the different games and combining them together. And I think in general, they've done a pretty good job. White Peace. Absolutely not, dude. That's going to be a no for me, dog. Dude, 64%. Why are we so bad at sieging? I don't understand. We can get a 50% and fail it 20 times in a row. I'm actually starting to wonder whether or not the computer has an advantage on sieges. Or the player has a disadvantage. Another failed 64%. We can request aid from the Pope. I don't think I've ever asked for this. Ooh, that's nice. Cheaper founding of towns. Army maintenance minus 20%. Efficiency of our cabinet, diplomatic reputation. Honestly, army maintenance right now would probably be worth a lot of money. Yeah, I was going to say, if he does not approve my request while I'm at war with the Ottomans, infrastructure funds. That is not what I asked you for. Okay. Classic Pope. Never giving me what I'm actually looking for. Let's make sure that these guys are also auto refilling garrisons. And then maybe we can keep moving up. Same with EU4. Played a ton. A couple of expansions. Eventually it became too many and you didn't really play it anymore, but it sounds good. I'm also debating get to premium with the first 3 expansions included. I do not know what the premium gets you. I imagine it's sort of like the season 1 expansion pack. But I'm not sure that they've announced what's coming in the season 1 plans yet. Not that I am aware of. I mean, if you played a lot of EU4, I think you'll like EU5. They have a lot of similarities, you know. Perks in some that are in the others. We should crush this guy. Are we? I think we're also getting like a river crossing penalty against him. Yeah, -1 for river crossing. Okay. Okay, I do need to get 2 roads. We won at Bursa. So let's just keep focusing down our spots. Why are you getting defender ticking? You should not be getting defender ticking. I should be getting attacker ticking right now because I own the war goal. The war is for Manisa, which I have. Do I need to take this province as well? Caria has fallen. Okay. We lost the Battle of Rhodes. I don't know. That must have been... I don't know who was sent there to do that. What incarnations just happened with my army? A careless turn of phrase by the Grandmaster has greatly offended King Wolfgang, the ruler of France. I'm going to take that devotion hits because France is good friends. We've gotten along with France the whole game. If you go to the Steam page for EU5 Premium, it includes the Fate of Phoenix, Across the Pillars, and the Old Alliance. Whether or not they're full expansions or just more flavor, I imagine it will be a little of both. Let me go look. So Fate of the Phoenix is going to be about Byzantium. An immersion pack release. Across the Pillars, a chronicle pack, and a chronicle pack. Oh yeah, as the Byzantine Empire, revive and restore the faded glory of your Roman roots in Q2 2026. Decide the fate of the strategically vital Strait of Gibraltar and new options for Castile and Morocco. And then the old alliances, France and Scotland, stand united against the English if they can unite themselves. So it does seem like the way they're doing it, they're doing like immersion packs versus chronicle packs. I would say that none of these are major expansions. I would say that these are all like additions, and they'll save in expansions, major expansions for the next one. But it's basically like Bastille, Castile, or Byzantium for the first thing, Castile and Morocco, and then Scotland and France. Those are the 3 expansions right now. Expansions, however you want to call them. I guess you guys need a war leader. And I guess if you could go to Icaria, I'd appreciate that. Bit of jerk around to get you moved, but hopefully army tradition. You want white peace, declined. He is still getting ticking war score. Ay. Get them out of there. Let me capture this. Then I'll land my troops back over there. Okay, so I'm going to send these guys to probably this spot. All 3 of these ships are here. No. They should not be. You guys are meant to be patrolling the seas. And you guys are meant to be patrolling these seas. 1, 2, 3. You guys, I guess, are 4. And I still need to make another galley fleet because we did lose galley fleet here. And then the transport ships should be the only ones that are moving these guys. And I can see that that is not the case. Military objective transport troops. What the actual hell are they doing? Prize hunters. Muslim traders in Malta. Moroccan Muslim traders, an increasingly common sight in our ports. In Malta in particular. Malta gets trading settlement for 10 years. Or Malta gets controlled trade. Max controlled pops join rebel threshold. I don't think Malta has very good control. Actually, Malta has pretty decent control considering where it is. It's got max prosperity. I don't know what needs the development. Honestly, I think I'll control the trade. For right now. You guys still can't figure out how to get down here, hey? This is a bit of a zoo. Yeah, they just keep perking. Get down there. These transport ships, deliver the rest of them, please. Okay. An overly complicated system to get that done. So, you guys have to go here. And these galleys got canceled as well again. I don't have anybody working on Corsica right now, which is not ideal. Why did my light trade navy fly all the way back here? That's insane. So it automatically pulled every single person off their mission, no matter where they were in the world. I literally had that light trade navy over here protecting my colonies. And they were like, no, we need to come back and help the transport fleet move all of its ships. This was like 26 guys. They can probably take a lot of troops. Can I repay this debt? 641, almost. Almost. Yeah, I mean, you guys are meant to be on patrol the seas. Here, here, here. Here, I guess. Here. Here. Try to figure that out. They're gonna get all like messed up going across those straits as well. We do have some old rebellions. Oh, well, if these guys are here right now, we might as well put them to use. Let them get fixed up a bit. %64%, so slow. Doesn't seem like a full-blown expansion. Things that could be cool to have, likely claim a lot of extra money from the EU titles and the extra stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely just like the game feels more feature complete than most Paradox games, and it seems like everything's just kind of going to be flavor packs because of that. Kingdom of Hungary, you got $500 for me? Let's repay that loan. We're back to making money. Which means I could create a colonial charter here. I put it in the wrong spot. Oh well. Also, are we still exploring Massachusetts? 4 years it's going to take. Good grief. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to get over there. Maybe if we were to explore these pathways, it would be easier. But I clearly think that this way across is the way to go. I guess ideally we'd go that way across and then this way back. So I really should explore this Atlantic Gulf Stream. From Sus. And do I have an explorer? You look like one. Yes, sir, you are. Off you go. Poor Greeks having to live in that frozen hellscape. Listen, the Greeks are going to live everywhere right now. That's the goal. They already live in this earthquake zone. So they're not having the best time. Where are you going? You're going to attack my Lhasa? Pergamon? Smyrna? What's your plan there, buddy? I'll come down there and kill you. You want white peace? Not gonna happen. Yeah, he's still getting defender ticks, which is pretty stupid. Surely I win that. Bit of a bloodbath, but yes. Kastamonu has joined an independence movement. Is that something I have to worry about? Probably not. Oh! What? So again, the Ottomans have just eaten my territory without any kind of... You know, I guess it was a vassal state, so maybe they made a separate peace with the vassal? Bit confused. I continue to remain a bit confused on how all this works. Sometimes it just feels like we lose stuff. And I don't know why. It's funny that they're just like attacking small settlements. They're like, well, we know we can't get the cities, but the wrath of the Great Pestilence, which has killed 30 people, is decimating all the castes over here. Even the holy men of the clerics are not being kept safe. We lose $700 or we lose 12 stability. I don't mind giving the clerks money because they spend it on stuff. Sometimes your subjects form personal unions externally and some other nonsense. You get called into wars and lose land without you even knowing. I could take a loan out for this. We'll help the church. We got Scourge of the Corsairs giving us some naval damage. I could get war galleys. Probably not a bad idea. Fruit production is always good. Naval Supplies Workshop Building. Is this a colonial building? Oh, no, it's just a tier 2 naval supplies building. I understand. Cabinet laws. Oh, yeah, this is the, things like monthly naval tradition. Or centralization. Honestly, meritocratic recruitment. Getting some naval tradition could be nice. Also, like, I suppose just like cultural influence. Cultural influence is the offensive one. So that helps us conquer other cultures. I'm going to take that. Our cultural influence should be really high as Greek. You guys are all repaired up? Excellent. Can you go back to patrolling the seas like you're meant to? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Banks stealing all my loans. I wish we could avoid that. Knowledge is power, isn't it? So how do I get this damn ticking war goal? It's gotta be my next big question. I'm gonna assume this fort is gonna make the difference. Because it's in the same province, maybe? A heretic in our university. Clergy's at 100% right now. He doesn't pose a threat to us. Salvation. Temptation. Would that work? Not entirely convinced it will. Just kind of feel like you're going to make bad decisions. But you seem to be doing okay there. Yeah, that was it. That was the ticking war goal. I needed to have both of these. Nice. Oh, we can get even more out of this. So this is food access, military access, war reparations, all my Greek slaves back. I take this fort, and this fort from them, which gives me a almost fully secure defensive line. I also take Manisa, but I'll probably disband that fort. I'll need to build a fort here in Baradirma, and then I'm good. I could take Cyprus? Could I say, like, release Cyprus? Yeah, that would be way too much. I could have him dismantle forts. Ooh, I could have him dismantle forts in his capital. But actually, what I'm wondering is, like, if I have military access, can I walk through where he has forts? I must be able to. Maybe I'll just take the money from him. I can get like 1,200 bucks. Salvation. Alternatively, I could, like, take the rest of these territories. Technically, that's a province. Technically, this is a province. Yeah, it's actually not that much to take these. I guess my big concern here is am I ending up in just like another situation where I'm going to be fighting against the Ottomans all the time? Realistically, what I should do is try to make a march. Like, I could make a giant vassal that is just a military march. In the same way that, like, Hungary has Moldavia to protect against the Golden Horde. But I guess in the meantime, we could just take these provinces, take the money and run. It's a pretty damn good deal. How much would I lose there? Like 600 bucks for you to annul all treaties with Egypt. Out of curiosity, what are your treaties with Egypt? You have an alliance with Lamb. What is your treaty with Egypt? Egypt has a casus belli on the Ottomans. You don't have any treaties with them. So I would definitely rather take the money. Food access and military access. Yeah, let's do this. Boom. Yay! The grandest, Greekest order. expand every levy we got a hold of right now. And then send these guys to patrol the seas. Over here, 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 and here. You guys ended up with like transport ships. Merge them together. Yeah, and I'm gonna need to make more like protective trade ships here as well. So I think that's what we'll start building. The Mediterranean galleys have 1.2. The caravels have a full 2. So I think light ships are now the way to move forward. Like it's no more galleys for us. For right now, I'm just going to build one of those because I also want to do some roads. Because I'm like, we got some serious territory to move up in through here right now, and I got to make sure that we are in a position where we can actually keep a hold on these guys. 722 to do that. Are you serious? Wow, these are insanely priced roads. Why would it have to go through there? Why couldn't we go like U to U? Then it's only like $130. Wow, we burned through that real fast. Drop the fort maintenance. Drop the army maintenance. Get worried about the fact that Turkish patriots are going to rise up. You guys are on conversion. We're going to put you on rebel busting. Turkish rebel busting for now, though Orthodox zealots are also climbing and Serbian patriots are really high. I assume that has a lot to do with the fact that we're assimilating them. Local unrest. Could I build you guys like a theater or something? Oh, I can build these Jesuit colleges. Interesting. Interesting. We haven't like looked at big buildings for a while. You guys also need the new market warehouses, right? Merchant quarters. Trade capacity to owner, trade advantage. Yeah, I need to be building these like crazy. We need to start building an absurd amount of those. You know what? Most of these guys I'm not too worried about. Lutheran zealots I'm a little bit worried about, but they're going down in power. Or they're like they're not going up fast, I guess. The Serbian patriots, there's only 4,000 of them, so honestly, like, why don't I just suppress rebels in Serbia? Why don't I just suppress rebels in here and here? And I guess here. Knowledge is power, but ignorance is bliss. So can one not be both powerful and blissful? If ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise, they say. So they say. You guys aren't going to have a lot of money for me. These are only banks. Nobody wants to give me free money anymore. I tell you what, let's start a spy network on Egypt. Not that we're ready to fight Egypt right now, but... we're not far off being ready to fight Egypt. It's a good play. We're making 100 gold per tick. I could be very pleased with that. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. And we still don't have anybody exploring this. Clerks are super happy. Clerics are super happy. So we'll do that. I'm going to send an explorer over here into these seas. Do we have anybody who's actually an explorer? Yes. Look at this, man. We're colonizing this in no time. I can't wait for all the other countries to come over to America and be like, what happened? Why isn't this all Greek? How long have the Greeks been here? Thrown hands sooner than later is better. I mean, certainly some of the time it is. Greek galleys. I'm afraid I'm going to need you to park. And spend $200 becoming war galleys. Gibraltar galleys. Guess what? Same. So they're going to all repair over the course of like a year. The better part of a year. What is upgradable here? Cogs. All right, well, we might as well make hulks and flutes. And we'll spend a bit of money as these guys repair as well. It's going to cost us. Excellent. The only thing we need is rice. Which, like, part of me is like, can we not import rice at this point? I feel like we can import rice. Right? Like, surely I can. How much are we missing? 1.15? So if that takes over now, that should be 1.18. That should be solved. Man can hope. Great Pestilence is present in Ulari and Guantanamo. Oh yeah, very minor. Still working its way around our shores, I guess. The Orthodox Zealots are calming down a lot. But there are still like a lot of them, 157. Serbian Patriots have chilled out. Castile wants an alliance. That's a big dog. Ah, he's a lesser dog than me, though. Huh. I don't know why they trust me on this. This would help them with Morocco. How much is this going to push us over our diplomatic capacity? Very little, actually. Basically none. It'll cost 0.8 diplo capacity for Greece. I will get access to all their embraced institutions. Lifts the fog of war between the two countries. Units flying to other countries are hidden while they lurk in fog of war. Location is always visible to its controller. Like, this won't give them my maps. I feel like this is a really strong dog to have backing us. They're the other people who are going to be in the New World. And, like, if Morocco or Tunis or Egypt, like, they could actually help with all of these problems. I'm going to take this. I don't know how long it'll last, but for right now, seems like it's a good idea. Seems like it's a darn good idea. More of these RGOs we can work up. Not as well. Ah, the nobles. Always wanting more money. Classic noble. Dyes are still pretty expensive in our market right now, so... Excuse me. I am wondering if we have enough population over here to start making bigger places. That only has 884. You have 5,000. There's not enough glass in the market to do this. So I need what? A glass maker? Why does nothing here look like it makes glass? You can make glass. You can turn sand into glass. Man, Guantanamo is really growing a lot faster than I anticipated. But somehow has a bunch of control due to it being cored. What, this is not cored? No. 49.5% Greek. Aha. Yeah, a bunch of people already live there. I see. I see. You are assimilating the Serbians. Let's assimilate these guys then. Because it does look like that might still be our market center, so. Crushed the word size score today? Oh man, we absolutely crushed the word size score today. Stitching me up right now? What do you mean you're stitching me up? I don't need no stitches. This is the Light Trade Navy. This is the other Light Trade Navy. The Mediterranean Trade Navy. Naval damage done. Ship repair at sea. I'm going to give you that guy. And then we're going to start building you a whole lot of boats. So your job is going to be to patrol here, 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 here. I think the big boys are doing that right now, but won't be for very long. All those other boats are still getting fixed up. Just costing me a lot. Snitching, grassing, ratting out. Snitching, I guess I understand. Grassing, I've never heard. That's definitely a new one for me. Though I like learning this slang. Just what our economy needs. More boats. Think life is good for your subjects, or are you living in a super militarized theocratic hellscape? I think life is probably pretty good for our subjects. And the reason for that is that well, I guess maybe not. For the peasants, no. For the clergy, absolutely. Yeah, most people are not making money here. I mean, I could tax them less, but... Detailed maps of the Atlantic Gulf Stream. Yes. The trade network can now be complete. Very good. Very, very good. Take some power projection here. Also take some food protection. What are the native policies? Colonial maintenance minus 20%. Society of Pop's opinions. Monthly religious conversion from buildings. Promote tribesmen. Yes. Well, that would be really good, actually. Even in our own territory. So let's try working on a little bit of that. Vessels to Chaos transformations. Joy Sipheners with inner mastery. With the flesh carved runes. Yes, nice. Constrictors get runes on tentacle hands. Love it. Can always use more tentacle hands. As a rule. Just as a general rule, we can always use more tentacle hands. I would like some more of these colonial charters. But I guess maybe I should be focusing on the home front. The problem is I just want to like finish Cuba because then I have everything. That's the real problem. So let's keep transferring people. These homies are suppressing rebellions. There's so many rebel groups. Oh. Sleven. I didn't even notice these guys are up past 150. Let's start annexing. Gobble up another vassal. I can't remember what they really have access to up here. Nothing, really. I think I just wanted their territory as a fort flex. This doesn't have a fort protecting it. Nor does that. So Burgas and that would both need forts. Vinden. How do you guys feel about me? You currently hate me. And we have a lot of weird Bulgaria going on here. Alright, well, I'll still try to focus on this a little bit. I don't want to get rid of this fort yet. I might not want to get rid of him at all because I guess he's protecting Philadelphia. Perhaps I should have taken these provinces. You're going to have to stay a fort. Well, whatever. We're under fort cap. It's just like a lot of money to be spending on forts all the time. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fort money. A lot of Fortnite. You guys still don't even have 5,000 population over here, which is outrageous. Try to get you some employees. You're working on getting cord. Naples wants to have an alliance with me now. Interesting. Here's the problem. You have Albania. But I guess I don't really want Albania, do I? I have what I want over here, outside of Jerusalem. Naples, who are your enemies? Tunis, Croatia, Serbia, Sardinia. Aragon. All right. I'll take it. This is a pretty unstoppable alliance. Castile, Hungary, Naples, and the Greeks. This is most of the Mediterranean, basically all the Mediterranean Christendoms banding together. Devastating situation caused by the Great Pestilence has led them to stop paying their taxes. Taxes can be lowered during hard times. I don't mind. I don't mind that one bit. I'm gonna keep making colonial charters. 2 diplomats or every neighbor country gets 20 opinion of us. I'm bleeding diplomats right now, so if I took 2 of them, I could probably just really quickly spend them on things like Hungary, give me $500. And none of these banks will give me any money. Bavarian burgers. It's probably not worth my time, is it? Revoke the exemption of the Papal States has from my sound tool. Yes. I gave that to them in a war a long time ago. And honestly, I thought it would just wear out. Have we built this parliament building that costs like $500? I don't think we have. $468. Dudes, let's build that right now. While we have the money. I could build a cathedral over there. That would help with conversion speed. Training fields, officerless mining operations. Yeah, honestly, I'd probably take a cathedral. Right now, we are spiritualist, but we've been pushing a lot towards humanist accidentally. $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $800, almost $900 of counting houses. Did they mess up the zoom levels on the research tree? The research tree is a bit weird getting around, but... You think a human rights inspector legally have to tell us if you're a human rights inspector? I don't know that that's true. I do like the idea of building all these counting houses because all of these counting houses give us a ton of crown power. And I bet you I could just bribe somebody. You want to change my distribution of power from the clergy to traditional. That is gonna be a no for me, dog. Now, I can't spend any money. I need 900 bucks for all of these counting houses. Which something tells me I'm not going to have on hand. Colonies. Shockingly, I do have a lot of control over here still. I don't entirely understand how, but here we are. Town of Ormenio wants an urban parliament seat. I don't need that support, right? No, I'm at 57. It's gonna upset the burgers for a little bit, but we are trying to lock down our control. Delphi, hello. Declared war at the tribute to Mali. His other tributary territory is not part of the war, but my enemy can walk through it and you can't. They probably have military rights, yeah. Do you really have to pay the other tributary for access? And what if he hates me and doesn't want to give it? So, yeah, if you declare war on a single tributary, only the overlord will get pulled in. You could have changed it to, when you declare war on the tributary, to focus the... You can, like, change the war leader. So you could have said, oh, actually, I want Mali to be the war leader. Because then Mali would invite all of its people in. And so then everybody you'd be at war with. So when you go to, like, declare war on someone, you can see, like, Hausa. So you can click that and say, now Hausa is the country that war was declared upon. They will join the war against us as a co-belligerent. So they will call their own allies into war. So if you went for a tribute territory, Mali would have been down here and you could have pulled them in that way. He did invite his people in. I mean, if you're at war with them, you should be able to walk through their territory. You do need to take forts. If they have forts in a province, you can't walk past a fort without taking it. So that might also be a little part of it. That could well be a little part of it. Am I not creating colonial subjects? No, I have not been creating colonial subjects. Now, is that a good idea? Probably not. I really don't know. Right now, though, I figured I wanted control of the Caribbean. If I make America and Canada, I might create my own colonial subjects up there, though. In fact, I'll probably make Newfoundland a colonial subject. Because I like that idea. You can walk through Mali, but not his other trib that isn't part of the war. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's it. Like, if he's not part of the war, there's basically not a lot you can do. You can pay him to give you military access, but he might charge you an arm and a leg. The United States of Greece, basically, right? To me, that feels good. Great pestilence in one location. I'm shocked a second Black Death hasn't rolled through right now. Because I feel like that should have happened. I'm not gonna have enough cash. I'm gonna run out of money. I'm gonna go into bankruptcy. Actually, just pull out some loans. But that's a crazy amount of counting houses I just built for really, really cheap. So I would say that loan is big time worth it. Let someone else have Florida. Yeah, right. Feels like something's not quite right there. Yeah, it's literally just like because you declared war on a tributary. Because it's a tributary, it's not necessarily like a vassal as well. There's different rules about like who's called into the wars. At least that is my understanding. What is our market power here? It's actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's better than nothing. Cabinet members. You've been cracking down on Turkish patriots, but I'm actually going to have you start cracking down on Orthodox zealots. In Borakan, is this cord now? Yeah. Okay. So, I can found a town in Borakan. Because there's over 5,000 people there. Honestly, I think that would be a good idea. It produces all the goods it needs. I'm going to put you on convert province. Go up there. I have to get rid of these zealots still. It's just too many of them. You guys need glass. You guys need cloves, rice, and pearls. Can we not be importing that? Cloves. Pearls we certainly can. How many pearls do we need? 11. Edinburgh. Or Dublin. I feel like it's probably easier to pull from one of these two markets. Where they're also probably going to have a lot more of it. So I'm going to grab that and cloves. No, I guess there is no cloves. We're already importing all of them. So currently my crown power is 23%. I'm just curious what's going to happen after all these chapter houses get built. Here's the Western Caribbean Sea. So we can start looking on in there. Prove our reputation. We'll appease the fickle estates. Caymans are impossible. Okay. Havana here is also a very good natural harbor, so I probably want to set up another charter. He says, adding in an absurd amount of charters. So, this is Newfoundland, the colony of Placentia. We can start playing as a new colonial subject. You know what? I'm going to keep it a part of Greece so that I can form this colonial charter to the Abalon. And I'll make that the colonial subject, and then I'll give them the rest of that territory. Because that is where the traditional capital is. How fast is colonizing? It depends on what you're colonizing. If you colonize Africa, it's extremely slow. If you colonize the New World, it's extremely fast. Well, no, it's not extremely fast, but it's like a good pace. Oh, we owe a lot of money. I should probably pay those debts off so they don't add up. Does not look like those counting houses gave me any chapter power. Or they gave me like 1%. Definitely not as much as I was hoping for there. Current debt is sapping me. What do you gotta do? Somebody's always got a problem. Yeah, these Turkish patriots are a big time issue. Because also, if they flee, they will just join the Sultan. Should I just sell this guy? What is this place? There's like 14,000 people here. Circassia. There's a hospital. An 11-2 fishing village. Oh, I don't even have any diplomats. I do have a spy with 48 strength in Egypt, though. Infiltrate the administration. Will lift fog of war. Sow discontent will cost me 500 gold a month. And all it does is makes their stability more expensive. Sheesh. All I really wanted to do is create a casus belli against you. So I am always interested in maps. I do love maps. Don't understand the monthly cost for covert actions. They're wild. Yeah. It's kind of absurd. Let's just cancel this for right now. $15 for 0.5. 0.05. Okay. We are a bit weaker than them. Yeah, they got a lot of manpower. Oh, my galleys can be back patrolling the seas. Because they're finally repaired. Choop, choop, choo. And I think you also go there. All right, so that's a little bit better. I'll pay off these loans before I start building back up this Mediterranean trade navy. This guy has like transport fleets for some reason. The big boys have light ships and transport fleets. Why don't we pull those light ships out? And then... do that. We'll find their homies. Okay. Prestige is not the best. That's kind of why we're dropping on, or we're staying stagnant, I guess, at 25. But I do suspect as we get all this stuff crunching. Did we ever discover Massachusetts? We still have not. Huh. Oh, 21 days. Would you look at that? I guess we can just wait. Reformation of the Navy. 5 naval tradition. Or give us more of a naval focus. Give us more of a naval focus. The Grand Banks fishery. This is in Newfoundland. Our explorers report that the Grand Banks of Newfoundland have just found waters teeming with thousands upon thousands of fishes waiting to be caught. Fishing expeditions are headed to these waters in greater and greater number, and markets are awash with an unimaginable supply of fish. Do you also get that special fishing bonus now? Sure doesn't seem like it. Also, this is outrageous. There's an incredible natural harbor right here. Like an incredible natural harbor. Furious. Massachusetts. I bet you're a good natural harbor. Yeah, you sure are. Shockingly, it's not that part, but these other parts. You actually both count as different locations, so. Off you go. Good luck, America. You're now Greek. I'll probably just tack another colonial charter in here, and then once I know I have all those harbors, we can chill out a bit. Colony of Greek Bonnie. This is, I believe, down here. Yeah, so it seems like, you know, the computer keeps all of these as not colonial nations, but like keeps owning all of this themselves. Province Greek Bonnie. So who owns this Bonnie? This location is not owned by any country. Strange. GN. Genoese nobles. Ooh, okay. Our share of the world. Our expansions into the new lands of Cariani have not passed unnoticed by the people of France. They are also expanding their holdings in Bonnie and are quickly becoming a competitor for the best lands and harbors in the coastlines of America. These are 3 different places. If nothing is done, the situation will inevitably lead to conflict between our countries as both strive to get the best trade routes and resources. Instead, they're proposing we hold a meeting in Dijon where diplomats and statesmen can conceive a solution that divides the new lands fairly. The Treaty of Tordesillas was signed in 1494 by the diplomats of Isabella, Aragon, and Portugal. Divided the new lands discovered in the New World and waters the Atlantic Ocean with an imaginary line west of Cape Verde to avoid a conflict between both factions. Define the territories west of the line as belonging to Castile and the east to Portugal. Why would I join this meeting? Yeah, I have a deal on this. The deal is I get all of this land and you get none of it, France. The origin of the line is Bonnie. When the treaty's relevance drops to 0 during its second phase. Push to settle treaty. Push to speed the ratification and entry into force of the Treaty of Dijon on its current form. The current split determined by the Treaty of Dijon does not favor us as much as it should. We should shift the line separating the world a bit further to our advantage and make it clear to the world that we are not to be trifled with. It's the situation of the age regarding colonialism, and the two sides are just the top two colonizers. What's really funny is, like, France is not really a big colonizer, though. East of the imaginary line centered on Bonnie. This location will be claimed by the Kingdom of France. Oh. So you're saying you want everything east of Bonnie, and I have everything west of Bonnie. That sounds like a pretty good line to me. I'm not really seeing the disadvantage on this. This is like he gets to go around Africa and I get the entire new world to myself. Am I understanding this correctly? Basically, I don't push any further into Africa, and he doesn't push into the New World. Only with regards to the Catholics. How much does ratification need to go up? The treaty's relevance drops to 0. Top overlord of Bonnie is France. Use my prestige to claim areas. This is fine by me. Like, this is totally fine by me. Push to settle that treaty. France might push against you, right. I guess we'll have to see what they get up to. Instate enrichment. Like some more stability. I wouldn't mind all of these things. May want to keep your balance while pushing the treaty out ASAP. France makes prestige at the wazoo. I mean, when I say claim an area, it's like... I just claim nearby areas? I already have claims on all of these. Owns or claims terrain on a nearby area. Yeah, okay, so... This is like I already have claims on Guyana. I already have claims on this. I don't have claims there, but... I don't think they know about this, right? As far as I'm aware, I'm still the only person that's made it across to the New World. Our native policy is going to be one of integration. Society of Pops opinions. -20. Tribesmen get promoted. Buildings do 50% conversion, and we become more humanist. Or we go for trade. Society of Pops like us more. We push towards free trade, and colonial maintenance is way reduced. Free trade is really good for us. Yeah. So why don't we trade with the New World? Some maps have been stolen without you knowing. I mean, that's quite possible, true. That is quite possible, true. How's this all doing? France have greedily expanded their colonial claims by shifting the line to the area of Benin. Again, I am fine with this. Like, I don't love losing these ports. That is a really good harbor here, isn't it? I do have the good harbor down here. But I don't know, man. It's just like, why would I care about this stuff in Africa when I have the New World? Ripe for the picking. As ripe as it's ever been. We got some real ripe pickings over here. You guys are still converting, which you still need to do because there's a bunch of zealots up there. I mean, let's see how they do. Triangle trade is a thing in this game. I mean, like, I want to trade to here, to here, to here, to here, and then back. That's I don't know, square trade? What is triangle trade? Strictest setting of the game is that all Europeans can colonize. That means anyone with a port. Yeah. Though we might be set on, like, Western only. I can't imagine, like, I get across to America and just China owns, like, all of it. They're just like, oh, we hadn't reached the coast yet. Thanks for warming it up. Get another charter there. We all want them other charters. Ammo's going to want to pay off this debt, which is $726. Sweet Jesus. I hate it. Triangle trade is getting workforce from Africa to work in your New World colonies because most of those pops are very low. But how do I really get them to move over? I mean, we do have our colonies down here. Quite honestly, I'll lose that and just, like, take our colonies from here. Grand Bassam, Corsu, Tomudi. Yeah, there actually are pretty big pops over here. Everyone in Europe with the port, there are a bunch of them. You can trade slaves as a trade good, as messed up as it is. So if you control enough trade capacity in West Africa, you can move a lot of the slaves across. Interesting. I didn't really think about doing that. It would speed things up, but I don't think it would make me feel very good on the inside. I think I'd feel pretty gross about it if I did that. I feel like we have a lot of population, you know? France is 16 million, but we have 6. Like, we're up there with Spain, Hungary. We're one of the biggest dogs. I don't feel like we're in a huge shortage or like need to be slave trading across. The Pawtucket Company. Our nation is surrounded by territories as yet unclaimed by any of our rivals. Our ambition to expand the lands beyond the crown has taken root amongst our people as nationalistic fervor, and a new private company has established itself with the intention of bringing settlers to the land of Pawtucket to claim the territory for glory, gold, Grandmaster, and their company. Should we permit their expansion, we will bring a great deal of settlers to the province and rapidly expand Greek influence in the area. This could only be good for us, or charge them additional fees. No, I'll take 200 peasants. And Kamagui down here has also been grown. We have the Greek colony of Moron and of Havana. Is this all these islands and stuff now too? You guys aren't actually claimable. Maria. Excellent. So that's all of Cuba being claimed. Very good, sirs. And you are a town. You most certainly are. I know I need to pay off these loans, but I also want to build some stuff. Merchant quarters, pop assimilation speed, trade advantage. That'd probably be pretty good for us. A wharf. Also probably pretty good for us there. Coastal forts. I think I will also take one of them. Just get us the maritime presence. And then we'll probably wait a little bit on that. Welcome to Why Afro-Americans Exist. Yep. Literally my feeling whenever I have to do a bad thing in any game. I know it's so difficult to do. It doesn't make me feel good in the tum-tums. Well, I guess you're going to be my market. You're definitely growing faster than everybody else, so... Could I just create a market here? I could. Yeah, I think let's do it. New market underway. Lots to be built. It's just business. Create a market. Now, that's funny because we have created a market before. But I guess maybe achievements didn't exist then. Damn, dude, did I just spend 600 bucks? I think I did. It's a lot of money. We are currently 20% offensive. I think I'd rather start moving a little more defensive. If we can. Pop, 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 pop. Cannot do this again until June. So, I think what it is that France actually knows about these 3 locations. But they don't know about anything else. This is why these are popping up as claims, and other spots aren't. Or it's just that I've literally built in all these other locations, so I already have claims on all of them. I think that actually might be closer to the answer. Which does make me wonder about building more colonial charters. So let's push to settle the treaty. Keep trying to ratify that as quick as we can. Still claim the whole coastline. Nobody can colonize, but good luck doing that when I'm sure either Scotland or England are already in Canada. Yeah. I do feel like that's probably the case as well. It is insane, the commanders we are getting from the New World. They are all 90 plus in every stat. It's absolutely outrageous. I mean, what if I just made all of this Greece? You know what I mean? France. Yoruba. Alright. I'm still fine with that. They also pushed to settle the treaty, so they sped that up a little bit. Ooh, global trade. Dude, I have not even looked at the tech in the Age of Reformation. Confessionalism we're way away from. Global trade is like trade maintenance, trade advantage, furniture workshops, maritime presence, port authority. We get a special 2.5. Can hire privateers. Oh my god, I could hire so many privateers. Local crown power minus 20%. Maritime presence to owner, trade capacity to owner, tax base to owner. Maritime presence for the overlord. In the capital. Wow, this is a really good building. Unlocks company governance. Company garrisons, company harbors. Unlocks trade companies. An investment conglomerate directed at incurring monetary benefits for itself and the overlord. They're always a republic, and they get increased trade efficiency as well as regular payment obligations to their overlord. Look, first things first, I have to pay off this debt. And I don't know how long I have this agreement to be able to walk through the Ottomans. So I need to decide somewhat soon if I declare war on you guys. Why would you say no? Negative 104 because of border distance. Also, mostly because of border distance and in debt. Naples is in debt. Can I buy your debt? I cannot buy your debt, I guess, because I'm not a republic. Even if I didn't colonize westward, I'm living to regret letting slaves keep their religion and be humanist about it, because the game bugs out and makes it impossible to convert whole categories of people. Why you can't Lutheranize 2,000 Catholics in Oslo. Culture shifts some regions to Swedish 100%. And the population does move about, yeah. I mean, to me, the biggest annoyance is like that you can have 16 Serbian rebels and I have to be like worried about them rising up. Like, it's been impossible for me to crush these rebellions completely. It just won't happen. Who's got money for me? Hungary's got money for me. I love when people have money for me. You're low on tea, you're low on this. You guys are low on dyes still. Maybe we spend a bit of this. I guess some roads might also be good here. Yeah, there's still a lot of like not really having control up here. That's $1,000. These are paved roads. Oh my god, we have paved roads now. I actually forgot all about that. We've had paved roads for a while, but they just cost so much damn money to upgrade. We're also not exploring anything right now. Which I don't really know if it matters. I guess spending the money on like colonial charters is currently like a better return on our investment. To me, I'm starting to think like maybe the stuff that's like down in South America, I will let be on its own. Okay, you guys are still trying to, I guess, build a market here. I guess I queued up a lot of stuff, hey? Yeah, I did too. Queued up quite a lot of stuff here. Let's chill out on some of those. The Great Pestilence has run its course unhampered. It has brought death and devastation to an entire continent. It killed a full 30 people. Now, once lush and vibrant cities lie deserted and decadent, short of 30 people. Kingdoms and empires are tumbling into disaster, ready to be killed by their enemies if there are still any standing. Poof. Dangerous. Alright, you're gonna cancel some of these jobs. I think the market is the most important thing here for us right now. The colony of Avalon. So this would be Newfoundland. Molly Hughjack. Why would that become the town? I want Cape Spear to be the town. Avalon would form a new country. Having a CN will be useful since if they have the money for it, they will colonize as well. Alright. I am also going to give these guys Placentia. We'll see how they feel about that. So the Amazon was another one of these claimable locations. You know what? There's actually quite a few people down here, and they're rather happy. Why don't we send another little trip of colonization down there? Oh, heck. Let's get people all over the place. Grand Pestilence is more for Cahokia and the native pop-based countries for the America. It's you who brought the disease to them, after all. True. You raise a pretty valid point. Oh god, I'm addicted to colonial charters. Help me. Colony of Bayamo. One of my naval captains. Oh yeah, so expeditions. I can still pull explorers from Sus, which is really nice. Honestly, this is what's winning me colonization right now, because I can expand way faster because I have a colony. Like, this is not just a colony. This is like a full town, a full city. We got a little port over here. Did we ever make you a town? Oh, we totally did. Which actually means I can do things like create the coastal fort and the dry dock here now too. And a merchant's quarters. And a wharf. I know that's a lot of jobs all at once, but... And a temple. Fantastic. My little trade cities. My little baby trade cities. I feel like Malta should also have something like a merchant's quarter over here. Power up those burgies. Lose 5 prestige or lose efficiency of our cabinets. I guess I'll take the prestige bump. And now I want to know, like, is there anything back here we should be building? The Jesuit College is still pretty solid. There's a bunch of marketplace... What the heck are they called? Warehouses? No, we have market warehouses. The merchant's quarters. What did I just manage to click? That was not the right thing. Tools Guild, no. Merchant's quarter, yes. Trade advantage, trade capacity, huge. It really empowers the burghers in Athens, but that's, I think, fine with us. So we could get some cabinet actions to, like, send people to the colonies or boost colonial charters. I could also get prepped for a war with Jerusalem. These are always the options. Maybe better trade range would be important for us at this point. Just focus on the New World a little bit more. Bump, bump, bump. Get our funds up too. Most of the great empires in America fell more to common colds. Yeah, yeah. Typically sort by profit, tends to put the important buildings from the burghers at the bottom of the list. Yeah. Aztecs in particular were militarily scary to the Spanish, but because of diseases, they fell apart and they were not able to fight back. It's that, the old asymmetric warfare. These guys need more caravels. Please give me money so I can build more boats. At least that way they have 10. Southern New England. All right. Rebels are all doing rebel things. These are like 95%. Well, man, as long as there are Orthodox rebels there, I'm gonna keep going. South Gaben. Pushing to settle. Dude, I don't know where South Gaben is. Is that down there somewhere? West of the line of Bonnie. I mean, what does this have to do with, like, Southeast Asia as well? I'm fine with this still. South Gabon. Gabon. Yeah, okay, so they just moved down the coast. That's fine, dudes. Honestly, I'm okay to make this deal with France. If France is like, we want Africa, you can have the New World, I'll take it. Like, it's sold. I know where the money is. I'm from the future. Don't they understand? I have future powers. Well, I'm feeling good about maritime presence right now. I would like to do things like create plantations. Like, I guess one of the questions I'm having is, we have all this stuff like tobacco. How do I get this back? Or is it just that, like, I need to build this market? I thought we built that. Okay, now you're building a market. The colony of Massachusetts. Here's a big question. Do I want this to become a colonial subject? I feel like no. I really don't know what them being a colonial subject is giving me. I can't imagine it's money. Plantations are all slave buildings? Oh, like they won't work unless you have a slave pop. Interesting. What does Southeast Asia have to do with it? This simulates the Treaty of Tordesillas, which split the world outside of Europe into Western and Eastern spheres. Eastern sphere goes to Portugal, Western to Spain. They drew the line across Brazil. Yeah, but so France is doing it in the middle of Africa, though. They will colonize themselves, and they will also build things. Ah. I see. How much can I really be in charge of? Like, we have the colony of the Avalon. Do we want the colony here, or do we want to do this ourselves? I mean, I feel like this is... We claimed literally the best spot in America. Let's keep it a part of Greece for now. We're going to need to keep exploring. Set up some more explorers. If I try to explore from here, will it work? I feel like the answer is that's going to be no. Requires cloth and liquor. I don't know how they're getting those in there, but I guess... Right. I guess they're buying cloth and liquor from the indigenous population. Nice. Okay, we created a monster market. Look at the size of this thing. Holy Moses. Wow. Okay. I guess it's because, like, there's no other real colonies down here, so... Why not, right? Dude, if that's all going to be my market... It's a bit of a bummer that this stuff is still part of Mayapayan. But that might start shifting around. So... I now need to stop tracking this market. It's no longer valuable to me. But big time track this market, because this is a critical market that desperately needs things like wool. and livestock. Woo. The sheep farms, hey? Okay. Whatever the market needs, the market's gonna get. You want to spend money to develop stuff here, and the colonies will, after a while, start making good money? Okay. Well, I like the idea of developing this on our own. I guess the thing is like, this is all, there are like natural resources up here. Monastery has voluntarily joined the Reformation. We now have the ability to create Jesuit college buildings and destroy Lutheran preachers at the same time. Hell yeah, dudes. Where's this got built? Oh, nice. Nice. That'll start giving us some big, big perks. The fleet has declined. The glory days will return or lose $700. Oh man, I'll take that prestige hit. We only have 5 prestige to lose anyway. Improved trade ships. Excellent. Cathedrals. Meh. Expand the paved road network. Paved roads cost a lot less money. Road building time is reduced. We become more centralized. This builds us a bunch of dry docks and gives us extra sailors. I'm going to go with this paved network. I don't know that I can actually pass this, so I wouldn't mind it. Let's do that. Take spiritualism at the cost of 0 prestige for us. And then we get to start looking at paved roads. Basically, my goal is until the end of the Curia is just to keep clicking this button every time it comes up. Smell an Aztec war brewing. Mind the more you wait, the more they import institutions from you. Well, I'm trying to trade with the Aztecs and the like. I ain't looking to pick a fight. Military support. Take that army tradition. La la da 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 da. I cannot get over how expensive paved roads are. Crazy. This better absolutely crank my control. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I might, I don't know. I guess making some of these southern places. I'm not really too interested in South America. Lose $300 or lose prosperity. I'll take that prosperity. So I could form some colonial nations down here for sure. I have a lot of diplomatic capacity. It probably would be smart to do, because then they will all be able to build themselves up. And I could always, I guess, just absorb them afterwards. Return land. Siphon income. I guess what I want to know here is if I go into diplomacy, manage subjects. Subject cannot be annexed. Colonial nation is subject centered around the administration of an overseas colony on behalf of the overlord. It benefits from increased population capacity and the ability to use slaves to work in the RGOs, while granting its overlord an upsurge of trade advantage, as well as payment of manpower and sailors in addition to ducats. Subjects cannot cancel this relation. Overlords cannot cancel this relation. Overlord will share their exploration. They cannot be annexed. You can build RGOs, you can build roads, you can build buildings. This does not seem very good. You know what I mean? Kind of seems like that sucks. You get more trade out of it. I guess that's true. South Congo. Again, you're just going down. I wonder if I could shift the line and I'd keep these little islands. Right, like if I shifted it to Cameroon. And then doesn't really matter where. I could go Bimbia. Yeah, then I'd keep my colonies here. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Every subject type's bonuses are shown at the bottom of the tooltip. You don't have to sink money into the colonies either. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Well, I like the idea of sinking money into these colonies. But maybe I'll make Florida a colonial nation. Do they have a good natural harbor over here? No. There is a good one up here, though. Might as well get to work. Start exploring from New Hampshire. Think we have like all of our explorers out already. I wish you could just say you know, organized based on who is actually an explorer. Especially when you get into the New World and you have 1,000,000 people in your command. Guess it'll just be you. Right, so I guess we do get like maize and stuff here. Manhattan is a very good harbor as well. So we'll toss a colonial charter over there. You guys are in terrible shape, but that's okay. Okay, you're still strengthening the government. You guys are assimilating and converting. This conversion does not really seem like it is going up much more. Okay, those Orthodox zealots are done, so I'm going to move that conversion. Just trying to get rid of like the main pockets. The Orthodox Celts are down to 20,000. Oh my god, okay. So the Turkish Patriots soon become our big threat. And for right now, we can just like keep them stamped down with a character. It doesn't look like we have Serbian Patriots anymore either, so... I'm just going to start converting. We're just going to start pumping that over there. Colony of Moron. Good, 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 good. More morons, please. Harbor capacity increased. Maritime presence increased. I mean, both of these, very helpful. I think I'm going to give them the coastal fort to start. And then I do feel like a cathedral over here would be good, except there's not enough glass. Not enough naval supplies either. +5 naval tradition or a new admiral. Honestly, I might just take that naval tradition. We have so many troops. How are we on that value? 45. Couldn't become a naval country if I tried, and Lord knows I have tried. You guys are innovative. You guys are naval. Fort limit. Tax efficiency and aristocracy. I could start pulling privileges from the nobles. Pop promotion speed minus 10%. That is not very good. Cardinal-led guilds. These other ones I don't mind so much. This is just like basically 5% extra output for me. It's hard to say if I'm like making up for this. You know what? I also just kind of like the idea that we don't let people work on Sundays because we are still a religious order. We should probably embrace this institution for global trade. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then we'll go in here. Maritime trade advantage? Yes. Lead output? Maybe not so much. Maritime presence? 10%? Yes. Proximity cost through open seas? Yes. Can hire privateers? Yes. Other good stuff down there. Furniture workshops. Beer workshops, tool workshops. These are all like all the workshops, so. You know, if we start looking back on the old production and just like what goods are worth a lot of money. Start making them. What's the economy need? This guy can either become more humanist or more spiritualist. Let's go spiritualist. It is our jam. In Athens. More dyes. More silver. More saffrons. More grains. Okay, these are all in like surpluses. So what I really want to do is I just want to fix the things that are not in surpluses. Fix the deficits as much as I can. Colony of Okeechobee. So I could form the Florida colony here. A child has become rowdy. Why am I now getting children problems? We've never worried about children before. Made it to the age of revolutions, checking what the chances of institution spawnings are. Turns out that 3 of your 11 locations for industrializations are not in my country. It's funny how that happens, right? Chalasuchetri. It's just like if I give that to you, it's a terrible natural harbor. Obviously, like, there is a lot of lumber up here. I feel like I'd be better off putting a colonial colony there. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll put a colonial colony here in Manhattan, a colonial colony down here in, like, Pensacola, and then we'll have the Newfoundland one as well. And probably colonial colony, like all the things down here. You guys are some wool, paper tools, and glass. France has shifted the line. What to where? Original line is currently Bimbia, so they didn't actually shift the line. I'm still fine with that. Settle the treaty. Increasing by 0.5. So this is going to be done before anything else happens. So that's it. That's the line. It's over here. Great. Problem solved. New world's mine. Bulgaria has given a guarantee to one of my subjects. I'm going to take a wild guess that's Vidin. We have almost annexed this country, which I'm sure will start producing more zealots. I think I'm going to let these Orthodox zealots spawn because there's only 7,000 of them. Why are they in Magnesia? What I don't want is for them to take over the town. And I don't imagine 100 clerics and 81 nobles should be able to take over a town of 50,000 troops. All right, you guys are going to move. Start suppressing rebels over here. See if we can't stop that from happening. Good, 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 good. So I feel like you're at 90% there. You might be able to just convert a little bit more. Maybe in Pirin, and that would get rid of the last of those Orthodox zealots over there. Almost. Okay, none of you guys can still build any of this stuff, so... ain't much good to me. Sugars, same. Gold and gems, same and same. Part of me wonders about, like, building up, you know, some of the, like, the marketplaces, the, villages, right? If I do this, more people will technically live here. Why not? Why not build it up a little bit? And you just keep needing more merchant quarters, so I might as well keep dumping that in there as well. Give you an extra armory. Then I could just add in things like more fiber crop farms. Just for cash. Why are you guys taking extreme attrition? Weather front passed. Okay. Oh no, another earthquake. 64 bucks. Thankfully not too bad. Havana has also become its own colony now. Who has this other really incredible harbor here. So I am going to actually build a full settlement and monastery. Because I want those guys to build up. Get bad espionage for a while. I guess the thing is, right, if I have a market here, I could also just create another market here, though that's really close. So maybe I don't want to do that. Austria? Who are you in a military crusade against? Verona? Uh-oh. Catholic? Catholic? What is this a crusade over? I don't think I want to be part of this. This seems like it's just a bad idea for me. Like, if this guy was a heathen country, I might feel differently. Geo, hello. Welcome. Be funny but sad if you don't spawn industrialization. Wouldn't be too surprised about the Enlightenment. Tricky, right? After much discussing in the town of Dijon, a new agreement was signed between France and the Grand Greek Order, established the rules for dividing the newly discovered lands on the continent of America. The agreement, henceforth known as the Treaty of Dijon, outlines the process for claiming vast tracts of new territory, designates the Pope as mediator and guarantor in any disputes that may arise. Yes. Bardi have decided to ignore the Treaty of Dijon, so has Verona. So France gets everything here, basically, on the southern section of Africa, and I get the entire New World. Good deal. Good deal. And everyone else is like, we don't agree to this. Every single one of them are like, no. No. France defends the relevance. Leaders of France have decided to demand the transfer of a province that they claim is ours as theirs. From who? Can I also do that? How does this work? Oh. The Treaty of Dijon is nothing more than a piece of meaningless paper for the people risking their lives. If we ignore these rulings, allow our people to take what we want. Ignore religious colonial claims. Upheld the relevance. Relevance. How does this go? When the relevance drops to 0 during the second phase. Exchange claims 2,000 gold. Demand the transfer 10 prestige. So here's the question. Could I demand Castile give us Medina? I feel like I probably could. And then I could take my port back. They are a good God-fearing Christian kingdom after all. I'd need some prestige to do it though. I mean, we'll go with 0.1 for now. Hard to get prestige. Now have fun with part 2. It hinges on who accepts to respect that. No AI wants to respect it. I mean, yeah, we can always try, I guess. So I guess I should probably keep colonizing stuff out here and giving it to our colonial buddy. Just so he has more land. Nice. We gain cores on all of that Slibbin territory. I guess also colonize this. And also colonize this. Seeing as I'm going to have to give all that away to one colonial charter. Hungary. Hungary's fighting Bulgaria. Show superiority. Oh, they're just asking us to crusade. I got my real hungry. I don't really want to. You are my homie, though. Just that I'm kind of dealing with a lot of zealots right now. These Orthodox zealots are really, really angry at me. And wars are really expensive for me. I believe because that's a military order request, it doesn't break our alliance. Doesn't seem like it does. Awesome. We also just get some like diplomats back right now. Because we're no longer annexing. Oh yeah, we have all this new territory. Which of course is going to be full of Orthodox zealots. Of course, of course, of course. Though not a lot of Orthodox zealots. Enough to think about. All right. Well, we've managed to get all of Cuba. We've managed to get the entire Caribbean, actually, I should say. We literally own every single part of the Caribbean right now. We're the first to get a colonial charter in Canada. We do have charters in America right now on both top and bottom. I feel like we are going to run away with this right now. We, you know, pretty much won the Treaty of Dijon. As long as I can keep blocking everyone else out. Like, if nobody else has fleet basing rights, I can't imagine anyone has the trade range to even get over here and start a colony. And if they did, I feel like we could beat them out of it, so. I think that's in a pretty good spot. I think we're in a very, very comfy spot. With the annexation of Silva, also, our title is finally, like, back in a good spot over our territory. I cannot believe how big we have gotten from just the little island of Rhodes. The only thing we're missing right now is Naxos. And we are in the process of, like, building them up so we can absorb them. We'll get Vidin, we'll get that gold mine. Malta, Corsica. It's all very good. I think the next big phases are like trying to figure out how to fight Egypt. Because once we start giving these colonial charters over to these guys, they're just going to produce us goods. We could build up the Caribbean a bit, but other than that, like, the war for Jerusalem, I think, is the next step. And we have, like, many, many years left in the game, so I think for now, we'll leave it at that and see where we get into the next time. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here soon. Until then!